Hello, I'm Uma Arora from justtutors.com, and in today's video we are going to learn about adding and subtracting integers. So the main subtopics which we are going to cover in this video are adding a negative number and a positive number, adding two negative numbers, and after that we'll have a quick discussion about subtracting a negative number from a negative and a positive number. So let's move forward, and here are a few warm-up questions for you. You can pause the video here and you can give them a try, and once you're done with the given questions you can resume the video to check your answers. We'll pat you back if all of your answers are correct, and now let's move forward towards the next slide and let's have a quick discussion about adding a positive number to a negative number. So we can say that to add we move towards the right or forward on the number line. So let's try to understand the same concept with the help of a question. So we'll be trying the first question here. So it says negative 4 add 9. So we'll be starting at the number negative 4, and because we are adding, so we'll take 9 jumps, or we'll count forward 9 steps towards the right on the number line. So we'll start from here, we'll take 9 jumps, and after that we'll land at the number 5, and that's your answer. So we can say that instead of starting at a positive number, you're starting at a negative number which is left of 0 on the number line, and as you're adding, so you would still count forward to arrive at your answer. So we can try the next part as well. So that says negative 8 add 3. So we'll start from the number negative 8. I'll just put a circle around that number for you, and because we are adding we have to take 3 jumps towards the right. So if you take 3 jumps towards the right, you land at the given number here, and that's your answer, negative 5. So now let's move forward and let's talk about subtracting a positive number. So if in case we are taking away or we are subtracting, we move towards the left or backward on the number line. Let's try the first question. So it says 5 take away 9. So we'll start from the first number, which is 5, and because after that we have to take away 9, we'll count back, or we'll move towards the left 9 steps or 9 jumps. So we'll start from 5, we'll take 9 jumps backwards, and we'll land at the number negative 4, and that's your answer. So now let's try the next part. So it says negative 2 take away 6. So we'll start from negative 2 and we'll be taking 6 jumps, and we'll land at the number negative 8, and that's your answer. So now let's move forward towards the next slide and let's learn about adding and subtracting a negative number. So everything remains same as of adding or subtracting a positive number to a negative number. The only thing which changes is the direction. So let's try to understand this concept with the help of the given example here. So as always, we'll start from the first number, which is 5. So I'll just put a circle around that number on the number line. And after that, if we look at the operation given here, so it says add, and if it's add we should move towards the right on the number line. But if you look carefully, after that there's a takeaway sign which changes the direction, and that's why we have to move towards the left on the number line. So we'll be taking 2 jumps backwards on the number line here, and after that we'll land at the number 3. Now let's talk about the next part. So the first number is 9. I'll put a circle around that number. Then again we have an addition sign, and after that takeaway. So the addition sign tells us to move towards the right, but because we have a takeaway after that, so it tells us to move towards the left, and that's what we are going to do here. So we'll be taking 2 jumps towards the left, and after that we'll land at the number 7. So this was all about adding and subtracting a negative number. Now let's move forward towards the next slide and let's talk about adding and subtracting a negative number. So wherever you see 2 negative signs together, we convert them to a positive one. For example, if you look at the given example here, so it was 7 take away 6. So 2 negatives are cancelled and they are turned to a positive. So that becomes 7 add 6. So after this example, we can conclude that where there are 2 negative signs, it is converted into positive one, and when there is one positive and a negative sign, it is still converted to a negative sign. So here are a few questions for you. You can pause the video here and you can give them a try, and once you're done with the given questions, you can resume the video to check your answers. We'll pat your back if all of your answers are correct, and now let's move forward towards the next slide and let's talk about adding and subtracting more than two numbers together. So let's try to understand the given concept with the help of given example. So we'll be finding the sum of given numbers. So we have two positive numbers here and we have two negative numbers here. So the first step is to arrange them with their respective sign. And the next step is that we'll be opening the brackets and we'll change the operations or the sign after opening the brackets. So if you can look here, it was add and take away together, and as per the rule, if there is add and take away together, it changes to a negative sign, and that's what we have done here. And the step third says that we'll start working from the left. So we'll do 82 add 84, which is 166, and after that we'll take away 15 from that, so 151 will be our answer here. So now let's move forward, and here are a few practice time questions for you. You can pause the video here and you can give them a try, and once you are done with the given questions, you can resume the video to check your answers. Well, congratulations if all of your answers are correct, and thank you for watching this video. For more, please visit justtutors.com.